The Buzz.
What's going on, everybody? It's Novell J. Lee, and welcome to a special bonus episode of The Buzz here at BuzzWorthy Radio. I recently attended the Paley Center for Media to celebrate a special event for the Pivot podcast with hosts Ryan Clark, Channing Crowder, and Fred Taylor. With the show premiering on January 4th, 2022, we got to find out exactly what makes the Pivot so successful after almost 5 years on the air. With Ryan talking about how he's never going for the gotcha moment and wants his show to feel like a safe space for people to be their real, authentic selves, to Fred also wanting to talk with their guests and hearing their real stories verbatim, and Channing also revealing why he thinks that sitting down and talking is a lost art. This is one of those moments where it's really full circle because I get to talk with other podcasting hosts exactly why they love being in this medium. And I'm so proud that I get to share this with you as well. So check it out. Here it is, our conversations with Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, and Channing Crowder at the Paley Center for Media.
The Pivot, 4 years since it started, and we're now here at this wonderful institution for you to record a live show here. What is that feeling like for you right now?
So we are, and this isn't my mean being disrespectful. We are 5 years since the concept. Since the concept. And it came to fruition December 21st. We had our first meeting here in New York. Plexico Burrs, our very first guest, although we didn't release it till months after. Okay. For purposes of it was an evergreen show. So we were able to hold it for a while. But our first recording was in December of 2021. We released the first episode in January of 2022. Fast forward, we didn't know exactly what we were going to be. We just knew we wanted to get together and do something because we were at another podcast and we weren't going to let that stop us. We talked to Ryan. He came on board. It was like, that's the formula. The three of us, we're all three different personalities. That's the secret sauce. We always meet in the middle and that we have that natural chemistry and balance and we'll just push each other. Ryan is so good at what he does, it makes Channing and myself want to get to his level. I don't know if we'll ever get to Ryan. He is so good. He is so
I don't think anybody.
But if I'm this far from his level, I'll take that.
I will take that. Take that as a win.
And this is coming from someone who never spoke a lot. Was always quiet and reserved. I speak when spoken to. Very observant, and that's my demeanor on the show. And that's what I give, and that's what the feedback is from the fans that we encounter. And that's what makes me special in my own right. But each of us has something secret that we put in that sauce and then give it to everybody.
I love that you said that because that sort of segues into my next question, as you described as Pivot as purposeful, integrity, value, others in transition.
Yeah.
How has those values lived up to you since the 5 years since you've been doing it?
Well, I believe in it. And really, I speak it because this is what I want others to be able to see. I always go back to this. Most times when we do our homework for the guests that we're going to have on, I know the answers. 9 times out of 10, I know the response. But I want to humanize our guests so that they can give those messages on this level and be able to meet the fans here, whoever's on the other side.
You want to hear their story.
I want to hear their story, and I want them to give their story verbatim to our viewers so that the viewers can go, hey, we have something in common. They're special, and I view them this way, but we're human. We go through the same stuff. So that's being that's being purposeful. That's moving with integrity. That's the value, so, and then also transition. So I try to always speak from the heart with whatever I do on the show. And that's really my message. Well, always transparency, not being afraid to be emotional. I don't want to say vulnerable, but to show vulnerability, right?
Absolutely.
And I think that's why people resonate with what we do.
Ryan, it's good to meet you.
Good to meet you, brother.
So, the Pivot, I know I said 4 years, but in actuality, it's 5.
Oh,
5 years. Yes. But in this amount of time, how has for your opinion, what has the pivot meant to you, or what has it done for you in this amount of time?
Well, I think the one thing, what it's meant is a space where we can be ourselves authentically, without judgment, at least within who we are.
Yeah.
So I think that's all important. And we've created a space where others can be the exact same thing, where when people sit down with us, they know that the concern is genuine. They know that the questions are about diving deeper into who you are as a person, not necessarily trying to get you for that I got you moment.
Yeah.
And I think for us,
100%.
I think for us, that's what's been most important and what I think has carried us to this point.
Being here tonight, recording here at the Paley Center at such an institution, what's going through your mind right now, just that this is happening?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that, like, God blessed us to do this. Right? We don't get to this point without him showing us favor. And then you got to think about the people that have supported you to get here. It's a saturated space, right? People have choices that they can make every single day, whether to listen to you, whether to watch you. And the fact that they do choose us when they do, that support is so appreciated. And I think so for me to have this opportunities, obviously I get a little nervous, right?
But you know what I say to that though? If you don't get nervous, you don't love it.
Well, yeah, I think that's part of it, but there's also the fear of, like, what if they don't come, right? What if nobody wants to see us? You never get to a point where I feel like I'm entitled to it or it's just going to happen. And so it's always beautiful to get a chance to be around those people who lift you up.
So listen, I kind of want to ask this question because I'm really curious as to why you feel like sitting down and talking is a lost art.
Oh, because people don't do it no more. They play on their phone all day. It's advantageous to us that can communicate and speak and sit down and look somebody in the eyes and talk.
Yeah.
But I think I have so many phrases for it, but people don't have uncles no more. People don't take their kids on the back porch like I do my son when my buddies come over. Bro, don't say nothing. His name is Channing too, Lil Chan. Don't say nothing. Just sit and listen. Listen to grown men talk. Listen to how grown men communicate. Listen to that. I think a lot of people don't have that anymore. I think the grown people are playing on their phone. The kids are playing on their phone. And it's advantageous to people that can communicate.
You know, when I hear that and you're talking about this, it's absolutely true because that's what it was with my uncle. We sat on the Chevy, and that's all we did.
Yeah.
That is all we did.
That's what I do with my son. Come to the house, we barbecuing, we out by the grill, I'm cooking. My dudes sitting around, T, J, Dale, Easy, Crom. I can name the dudes, Freddie T, RC. We sit around talking. Like, man, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about life, we're talking about investments, we're talking, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about real stuff. Just sit and listen.
Just sit and listen.
And it's not going to be you're not going to have to scroll all day. Just sit and listen. And I think I do more realistic. I do think it's hurting this next generation coming up, these late teens and 20s now, because of their attention span, but also just learning from the other people. Like, you can learn from your mistakes and learn from others. I don't think people learn from other people's mistakes. I don't think they're hearing the stories, hearing the conversations and all that. So I do believe that it's a lost art. And I think anybody that can speak, communicate. My wife has a joke. She's like, he'll talk to a ketchup bottle. And I really can't. I can rock in any restaurant. I sit at the bar for 10 minutes and I got my best friend, John, over here. John, look, who is this? Oh, that's John, man. He works at the airport. You know, he's been there 13 years. You know, his wife's name is Lisa. And my wife's like, you know him? I'm like, I just sit by for 10 minutes. Like, I just don't think that's a thing that people do nowadays because they got this distraction in their hand all the time.
Thanks for tuning in to The Buzz. Catch all episodes on Spotify. Remember to like and subscribe. Visit BuzzWorthyRadiocast.com.